Alright, what's good everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's final blog. Here to give you one more scout report on a player headed towards the 2014 NFL Draft. For this blog, I had to talk about strong safety Vinnie Sunseri coming out of Alabama. Crimson Tide player. He's actually, his hometown is from Tuscaloosa, so he wasn't too far from the school and decided to stay in his home state. Now he also is the son of former Alabama linebacker coach Sal Sunseri, who's actually the current Florida State University defensive end coach, just won a national championship in 2013. Now he was actually a four-star recruit coming out of high school, and he was actually the number 18 outside linebacker according to ESPN in the nation. Ended up deciding to go to Tuscaloosa to stay at home and play for the Crimson Tide. Now only in 3 seasons he only posted 105 tackles, 8 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions. Now this was a shocker to me and a big surprise. I really think he should have stayed one more season as a Crimson Tide, finish off his degree and get more experience and even raise up his draft status. I think that was a bad mistake. Probably the biggest mistake of a player actually exiting early and headed towards this year's draft. That's just my personal opinion. But let's talk about his strengths and weaknesses. He is a good, smart player overall. Now he is actually a coach on the field who definitely points out different formations, alerting his teammates and different play calls, which is a great thing. Learned a lot from his father Sal. Also, he stays alert in coverage, and he also supports the run very well. I do like about that I did like that a lot about this kid. And he also had a pretty good pro day workout. He ran a 4.56 40 and had 21 reps at 225 pounds. Now that shows he does have some good speed, and he definitely has that strength to play a good, strong safety position. And he does have a short, thick frame at 6'11". 210 pounds, which is exactly what you want as a strong safety. That shows he can also deliver the big hit. He's a physical tackler who even wraps up, which I do like most about him. He has great technique. He definitely has the brains to play this position. But let's talk about his weaknesses now. Even though he does possess that short, thick frame, he's not really much of a top-notch athlete. He does have the brains, but he's not much of an athlete, and that was the major concern for me. And I thought he should have probably stayed one more year just to get more fit. And plus, Alabama has a great program in working out, and I think he could work out more in his agility and using more his athleticism as opposed to he relies more on his excellent diagnostic as opposed to his agility and fluidity and overall athleticism and speed. He needs to use more athleticism instead of the brain. I think it is a great thing to be mentally ready for the game, but being physically, that is also important as well. It's more important to be mentally ready than physically, but he needed to stay one more year, especially. Another weakness about him, he had a torn ACL back in the win over Arkansas in October 19th this past season, and I thought he should have stayed one more year. He only posted 20 tackles overall this past season. I thought he should have stayed. I think that was a major big decision. So that I'm kind of wondering if he's damaged goods. He did have a good pro day workout, but I'm just very concerned about this particular play. I thought he should have stayed. So overall, based on the fact that he's coming from a torn ACL, I have to give him a 6th round grade. Yes, a 6th round grade. I think had he stayed for another year, I think he had the potential to become a 2nd or 3rd rounder, maybe first. I highly doubt first, but I think he had the potential to become a 2nd or 3rd rounder. But for this year, I would have to say he's a 6th round pick. His numbers aren't too up to par. Even though he's a great, smart athlete, he's definitely a good captain of that defense and reading plays, but still, the numbers aren't really coming up to par, in my opinion, as well as he's coming back from a torn ACL, so I have to rate him as a 6th round player of this year's draft. Now that wraps things up for today, and I really appreciate you guys watching today's blogs, and I'm just going to continue with a couple more blogs. We only have 4 days left before this NFL draft, this upcoming Thursday, May 8th. I'll see you guys later on this week with more scout reports. Thank you for watching today's blogs. From Pro Football Exclusive, I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.